Maybe Joe, we'll get you just to start with your reflections on the match and your goal.
I thought we deserved the win. The last half an hour, I thought we sort of managed the game really well and didn't really give them any real clear opportunities. Ledgers had to clear one off the line at the end, but that was really about it. So it's a difficult place to come, and we've got the job done.
Brilliant. Thanks, Joe. We'll go to Charlie from canpl.ca.
Thanks. Hey, Joe, congratulations. This was your first, I guess, cup tie with this club. Did it feel kind of a little bit different? What was the intensity like out there? And just what did you make of kind of the way you were able to just get the job done in a game with fine margins?
Yeah, it did feel a little bit different. Obviously, we knew if we won, we'd get a nice tie in the next round, and that was extra motivation for us. And obviously, the fans now who travelled here today would have enjoyed that, and gives them something to look forward to playing Whitecaps at home.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Charlie. Brandon Q from Canucks Abroad.
Thanks, Dom. Hey, Joe, congratulations on the win and the goal this afternoon. Just wanted to ask maybe a similar question to what Charlie just asked. On the broadcast, it sounded like the Cavalry support was pretty loud out there tonight. How did that support help with the match today?
Yeah, it was brilliant. Obviously, when you're playing the game, you're sort of in the zone. But when I come off, I had the fans behind me, and they didn't stop for the whole 30 minutes that I was off. Anyway, singing, supporting the team, and it's a huge help for us. It's great to have the fans back in, and it definitely gives us a boost.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Thanks, Brandon. Michael McCall, would you like a question today?
Yeah, just to jump in. Obviously, there's some changes made tonight, and it's sometimes you don't know what's going to happen with a team, whether it's going to be good or bad, but it kind of shows the depth that this squad has got just now.
Yeah, definitely. And this is the squad that we've got available right now. There's still numbers who aren't here and who aren't available, and when they do come back, it's going to be even more competition for places, and we're looking really strong at the moment, but I think in the future there's a good chance we'll be even stronger. So the squad's really good. It's competitive. Everyone wants to play. Everyone's ready to play, and going forward, that will put us in good stead.
Brilliant. Thank you both. Hey, Tommy, welcome. It's Dominic here from Canada Soccer, just moderating. Congratulations.
Thanks.
We'll turn it over to you. Maybe some opening comments just in your reflections of the match tonight.
Listen, it's always a tough contest coming up here to Clark Stadium. It's a rivalry and one we enjoy being a part of. So it's nice it's one of those few games that we can get to have some away support in decent numbers. And we talked before, this was an opportunity to give some guys some minutes, rest some guys, but by no means did we want to take our foot off the pedal. We love being involved in the Canadian Championship. It's an exciting new format. I thought it was a good play. We had to manage some moments against Edmonton. They came out of the second half and changed a few things. Then we had to manage it, make some subs, make some changes, and we got a clinical goal that made it better for us. And I thought the boys, every single player that went on there, including young 17-year-old Max Pipegrass, just went on and managed the game. And that's how you win football matches.
Brilliant. Thank you, Tommy. Charlie, if you'd like to start.
Thanks. Hey, Tommy, congratulations. Just what did you see out there in that first half? It seemed like it maybe took a little while to figure out how to break them down. There were a lot of kind of long balls and crosses in there. So just what did you kind of think of just how this kind of opened up and then you were able to score?
No, it was about being patient, to be honest. It's smoking hot here. It's almost 30 degrees and the smoke factor's coming in. And it wasn't one of those games where we wanted to be a transitional game. So we actually played a very slow Italian style game, if you will, like Italian of old, where we just said, just manage it. If we're going to build out in the three, play it across. If they bite, play it behind. And then as soon as they did start to bite, that's what opened up the diagonal pass that Karifa hit for Jose. But no, it was a very patient possession game that we wanted. And then, like I said, they came out, fair play to them. You always expect them to change because they're a bloody good team. And we managed it again. So really proud of the boys. I think that's 3 shutouts in a row. So keep a clean sheet, you don't get beat. And in a cup competition, that matters.
Just to follow up on that 3 at the back with David and Mason and Karifa, just how impressed were you with them today? It seemed like you were able to really keep Edmonton outside of the box when they were shooting and so on.
Listen, their strikers are in form. Warshawski didn't start, but he came on, and you can see he's a good player. Ongero's, one of the best strikers in the league. And for those three to just mop it up and only really have that one chance near the end where Ledge comes back to haunt there's a couple of players that came back to haunt their old team, really. Him, Fiske scoring, and Tyson Farago keeping a clean sheet. So, no, just delighted in the way we manage their threats, because this is their home park, and to come up here and keep a clean sheet and get a couple of goals is always nice.
Thanks, Tommy.
Thanks, gents. Michael?
Hey, Tommy. Congratulations on the win.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah, you kind of touched on it there. You had made some changes partly because you wanted to give some guys a rest with these games coming thick and fast. It's always a risk whether things like that work out. Did you expect Edmonton to probably do the same? Is that why you felt it was probably okay for you to do that? It looked a good test of your depth out there today.
Yeah, it really did. And that's what's wonderful about it, is our depth players are really showing up now. And I think we talked about this in the Winnipeg bubble, where we wanted every single player we signed to treat themselves as a starting player and to show that through the courses, because we've got opportunities for them to play. I thought that we did that today. It's tight for both teams. We had a day extra rest than Edmonton, so they have to manage their roster. And I thought, Kochi probably did the right thing for the longevity of the season. And we had to do the same. But what that does do is often, when we found this in 2019, if you remember, when you rotate because you've got a thick and busy league schedule, other players step up and say, hey, coach, don't forget about me. And I love the response from those guys. And like I said, Ben Fisk, he keeps telling me every time he comes on or comes off, he's like, still undefeated with you, coach. And that's the kind of thing that, plays well. And I love that character.
Yeah, I can imagine Ben being like that.
Yeah.
This competition obviously means a lot to you. I know we had you through here in Vancouver a couple of seasons ago. Still another game to be played, but I'm pretty sure you're going to be loving another chance to have a crack at the Whitecaps.
Yeah, it's always nice. I mean, the bigger the opponent, the bigger the game. But having said that, I really respect what Pamadou Carr and James Merriman have done with Pacific this year. They're a terrific side, and I'm sure they're thinking like we did in 2019, that this is a chance, to have a go at them. And it's a one-off game, and that's the magic of the cup. So if they win, great. We'll play Pacific 7 times this season, like we did Forge in 2019. If Whitecaps win, great. It sets up a bit of a repeat of 2019. But either way, two good teams to play in the next round.
Cheers, Tommy. Might see you next month.
Might. Well, you will anyway. BC, right? So it depends who hosts.
Good stuff. Okay, Brandon, if you want to go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for that, Dominic. Afternoon, Tommy. Congratulations on the win. Just, I guess the first question, I'll ask you the same thing I asked Joe earlier, which was the Cavalry support sounded pretty loud on the broadcast tonight. How are they out there, Clark?
They're terrific. I mean, we've been here a few times now in 2019, but there seemed maybe a couple hundred of them, which it speaks volumes to what our support is growing. The fact that they're wanting to travel with us and come up here, and I tell you, it was right behind our bench, so it G'd the players on, and it was nice to score. So we've created a really nice atmosphere at Spruce Meadows, and now we're playing well enough, or have captured hearts and minds enough that they're following us wherever we go. So people came out to Pacific in that game. Then more people are coming out here. That's terrific.
And I'll save the injury with Novak going off for a future pre-match. But we saw Mason Trafford make his return from injury. How did you make of his 70 odd minutes on the pitch today?
Not bad, was he? And it's always nice when you can get him some game minutes. He's he's one of those that just manages the game, manages the ball. He's very clever, very astute. He's one of our captains, so it's always important that if Ledge isn't on there, he is. So it was nice that when he came off, Ledge got to go on, and you could still see that the team, they managed the game in front of them. They're like the midfield and defensive generals. But yeah, I thought he had a terrific game. Nice for him to get some minutes. And what's great now is I've got a selection headache with all centre-backs fit and all centre-backs playing well. So, he's got to earn his place back like the rest of them.
Appreciate it, Tommy, and congratulations on the win again.
Thanks, Brandon.
Good stuff. We'll go, I think, the last one here to Matthias.
Hi, thank you. Hello, Tommy. Welcome. Congrats on the win.
Thanks, Matthias.
Let me tell you, the structure of the team is so solid that no matter who is in the field, it works. And today it seems that like you didn't unleash the real strength of the team. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think what we've done ever since I've took over my coaching staff is we're all team first. So if it is next man up, and that works right now because this is what we need, is everybody to step up and do a job. They play for each other. They're exciting when they go forward, resilient now. Now we've kept 3 shutouts in a row. We've got the DNA of our club that we don't want to give many goals against. We don't want to give soft goals. And I felt at times in the bubble we did. But now we've cleaned that up. And I tell you, every single player that goes on, whether they're starting or coming on to change the game, are really comfortable in our possession aspects. And they're very comfortable in their defensive aspects too. And that's what you want.
And I want to ask you again about José Escalante. He's far for the goal, but he's very, how can I say, useful for the team. What do you think about it?
Do you know what's great is, and I've said that to a lot of them, Victor Lattori played in midfield, then we had him out as an inverted winger. You know, Sergio came on as a 10, ended up as the number 9. José Escalante was a winger at the start of the season. Now he's playing at fullback. Karifa Yao, you know, he was a centre-back playing as an auxiliary fullback. So all these players are committing to a system, and it's very tactically fluid, but they're buying into it. It takes a lot of work mentally and physically, but they're now doing it seamlessly, which is a really bright spark. And with José Escalante now, you know, he sees a spot in the Honduran national team as, you know, after Figueroa, there's not many left backs in there. And he's thinking, well, if he keeps playing like this and creating assists as well as clean sheets, there's maybe an opportunity for him back in the national setup.